Hello, this is Martin Brossman, and as many of you know, I've been teaching and working with LinkedIn since 2004, and now many of my training courses related to it assume that you have a basic profile set up. So I want to review what I consider a fundamental basic profile at a high level. So your LinkedIn profile moves from what I call a lame resume, desperately looking for a job, to a customer-facing profile, which is also optimum for job hunting as well as B2B sales to create that social proof and secondary validation of you. First of all, I recommend putting a picture at the top. It's set up that way for LinkedIn. Get a picture up there. If you click the little pencil here, it opens a screen and you can get the dimensions for a graphic person to do it, or throw a picture up and see how it works. Then please get a picture that's clear of you to add as well. Get your name in. I am not an advocate of extra letters after your name, because then if someone mentions you, what's going to happen is all that stuff's going to show up as well. So I call that gaming the system, unless you have a good reason, like some of the people I know have Chinese characters to show they've worked in China or something else. That's fine. The next is a headline. Make it clear this is indexed well by Google. Make it communicate what you want them to know about you. Treat your LinkedIn profile as what I call your digital first impression. People might find this from your email signature or something else. Make it clear. Then current position, you can add or select a position. Education, this is nice. They let you select this. See, I have a 4-year degree from St. Andrews, followed by a 2-year degree that got me the co-op program into IBM. I love my Wake Tech 2-year degree, and I want people to know I've also invested in a math science degree from St. Andrews, so I can select that here. I can put up front what I want to see. Then we have the areas, fill this in. Summary. Summary is so important to fill out. You got plenty of room. My bias and the late Greg Hire's bias is write this in first person personal, unless you greet people in the street in third person, then maybe you want to do that. You can also put down specialties, some clients you worked with. There's a lot of room here. And when I work one-on-one in classes, we kind of keyword optimize this. You can upload stuff. Make sure you got some pictures, some graphics, some videos, something that speaks of what you want them to know when they first connect with you. We'll say save after that. Next most important is edit public profile. Edit public profile. Click that. Edit public profile right here. There's still some people leaving the default gobbledygook that LinkedIn puts. Put your name in there. Don't put top realtor or anything else. Put your name clearly in there. If your name's Joe Smith, it might have to be Joe R. Smith or Joe R. Smith NC, so that that is clear. This is the link you then can add to your email signature so people can pre-screen you. From there, make your name visible. It's crazy. I'll find people job hunting that aren't making themselves visible. So it's like hard for someone to find them or a customer to pre-screen them. If you don't want this on Google, you probably shouldn't have just made it visible to over 500 million people on LinkedIn. Now, there's some exceptions for safety. That's different. I'm not covering that here. Goal here is be pre-screenable. Your goal here is to be pre-screenable. Click these, make it visible. You can get a badge, but this is fundamentals here. All right. And it shows you what's visible to Google without having signed in. Now let's go back to LinkedIn. Again, a few other highlights. I want to add there are a lot of people that offer basic LinkedIn training. I do some classes, but most of my training is going to assume you've already done this. So if you want fundamentals, or I'll work one-on-one with people. But let's continue down here, the dashboard, articles. If you're going to put articles on here, make sure they are keyword optimized. They addressed something that your customer might use, because this stuff is well indexed by Google. So we'll go into articles and make sure you have pictures that are legal for you to use. You have the rights to them, and it communicates what you want. So here's a good article I have is, Is your LinkedIn profile a customer-facing profile or a boring resume? So let's just take that real quick. Okay, this has some nice keywords in here, LinkedIn. This could be a question like, how do I optimize my LinkedIn profile? I'm going to go in incognito and show you something. We go in incognito here. And I'm going to put this in quotes, so it's a little search. And look at that. This stuff is very well indexed by Google. So having articles that are then sales collateral, not just putting it on there, hoping someone will find it on LinkedIn, but sales collateral, which I really cover in our training, is very important. So you can see it's been well indexed by Google. So my articles get indexed well. So you may want to have titles or questions that speak to your customers, and this can be very helpful. Now we'll scroll down experience. I want you in your experience to communicate the return on investment of you. What have you done in this job that shows your competency to a customer? They may not care that you got 2 or 3 awards. What is the value? What did you gain from it? What's something that the customer you want to attract and communicate with, if they choose to read this information, speaks to them? Also adding photos and videos. I'm a big advocate of going back through time and putting content on it. And I even had one of my best clients, prospect client, contact me, and just all he said on the phone is, how do you make a hologram? He had scrolled down my page. He found that I taught holography in high school and wrote a book on it. And he wanted to make sure this was real. So I explained it to him, and he turned out to be one of my highest in coaching clients for sales. Find dimension, other things you've worked on. The next area I want to cover is skills and endorsements. People don't realize that now it primarily shows the top 3. Please review this, because you might have words searching on the web or something else. Many times when I meet with people one-on-one with this, they go, is this what you really want to be known by? And they'll go, no, I've done lots more. Click show more. And they show it to me, and they don't realize they need to move that to the top. So if you hit little pencil here, you notice you can pin things to the top. So you have to unpin to pin something at the top. You get 3 to pin at the top. And then also you can move these around. There's little tools and move them around. And then you can also, if you get back here, you can add a new skill. So this is an important piece. Skills they've been polishing so you can communicate more how competent they are. But it's also LinkedIn is going to invite people and ask, is this person good at sharpening pencils or something that you happen to put on here, but you don't want to be your primary item? So LinkedIn's displaying this to other people. So watch for that as well. Then when it comes to recommendations, really make the effort to pay it forward first. And I am completely against, I gave you one, you give me one. I've asked for 10 since I've been on LinkedIn. Now, I have received 145. I've given 196. And this is how I work. I make sure I give recommendations that are of value to people I think I really want the world to know what they're good at. And I'm honored I receive them from people. But this is very important to understand. Have you made that list of 10 great people from your past, or someone that's helped you either in a crunch, a crisis? They were the fundamentals that taught you how to use LinkedIn and you're still making money on it. Hint, hint. And or something like that, that would be important. It's also a great way to build relationships with people you haven't been in touch with. I recommend doing this after you've optimized your LinkedIn page, and it really is a good customer-facing profile. One more piece with this, you click the little arrow there and ask for revisions. You can show or not show, so you can adjust these as well. And this is an important piece to understand with it. There's more tweaks you can do on it, but I have some hidden where either they were redundant or one put in the wrong category and years ago and he passed away. So you can also have some of these hidden if you want. So very important to give quality recommendations. Then from there, accomplishments you want to put in there is excellent. Put in some interest and other information. Make it easy for people to pre-screen you. Make that little bit of extra effort. This is a great digital first impression. Now there are others. There's tools like Alignable and other things you can do in Facebook, but this doesn't require a lot of maintenance. One more thing that I think is very important that many people don't do is clearly add contact information here. Put the websites, you got 3 websites, and when you go into this and you click this on websites, the websites give you an offer of the word other. When you open up other, then you can tell people where they're going. People tend to be willing to click on something when they know where they're going. Then also, if you got a Twitter handle, put it in there. Now, if you don't want the world to know the phone number, you may want to get, if you're job hunting, you may want to get a Google Voice number or pay a few bucks for a separate number to protect your privacy. If you have a business number, for gosh sakes, please put it in there so people can reach you. It's amazing. I'll meet people job hunting and they won't do this. It's like, are you trying to slow down someone being able to hire you? A lot of people still like using the telephone. Get that information filled out, make it clear so people can contact you. Make it easy for people to build rapport with you. Make it easy for, if you're in business and you're serious, make it easy for them to build rapport, be able to learn something about you, to pre-screen, and be able to contact you. The other thing I want to say, and this is something Gerald and I have mentioned in class, is I report people that look like spam. Please don't reach out to people with a sales pitch. Reach out with value first, not, hey, I noticed you do this. Let me sell you my widget. Because I'm probably going to be reporting you. And I recommend you do that as well. Let's keep this a quality platform. I wanted to review this. The last thing I want to say is when you look at your past, your whole experience of your past, I want you to ask with each job, each activity, each school, what did you learn there that adds value to somebody who's looking at your profile? Bring those stories up front. Make it compelling. Make it interesting. Again, don't make this a boring resume to look at. Gosh, I don't want to see that. This doesn't help for sales or anything else. This just covers the fundamental of setting up your profile. I haven't covered everything. I just wanted a high-level overview because if you're taking one of my classes or working in a class, I'm assuming you've done this already. I hope you found this useful. I'm connected to about 7,000 people on LinkedIn. I haven't just looked for anyone who fogs a mirror. That's another conversation. I've worked to connect to people I know or I think would help someone else. And I've really worked to build a powerful and useful network. If you found this useful, please make sure to subscribe, put a comment, click the bell so you get more videos on it, and look forward to hearing from you. If you want to reach out to me and connect, please mention how did you meet me, what interests you, what did you notice on my page of interest, and I look forward to connecting to you. Have a great day. This is Martin Brossman.